Hello everyone, this is my first ever attempt at an ASMR video. We're going to be playing some Spyro the Dragon for the PlayStation 1, and this is one of my favourite games of all time, so I thought it would be a nice one to start with. I do have quite a few games that I would like to do as ASMR playthroughs in this series. This is more of an experiment for me more than anything else, but if you do enjoy this video, definitely consider subscribing and leaving a comment, giving me advice on what I can improve on, what to add. I've never done ASMR before, so it would be really great if I could have some feedback. So let's just get right into the game. I'm going to start a new game here, and I don't have a memory card inserted right now, but that's okay, because this game is pretty short, so we can complete it in one sitting, no problem. We've got the opening cutscene here with the dragons. So this was always my favourite Spyro game of the original trilogy on the PlayStation 1. I did have the sequels, and I had the games that were released for the PlayStation 2 afterwards, but they were never quite as good, so I think maybe because I grew up with the first game, I like it the most, just due to nostalgia, I suppose, but I do have a very soft spot for the second game, so maybe we could play that on this channel as well. Let me know if you'd like to see Spyro 2 at some point. But today we're gonna just be running through this game here, and I'm gonna try and get the 100%, so collecting all of the gems, dragons, the dragon eggs. It's actually 120% once you've completed everything in the run, which is pretty cool. A lot of games from the PlayStation era used to do that. So first level that I really like to do actually is the flight level, Sunny Flight. We're going to be collecting all the dragons, listening to them. They all have pretty cute names too, and they kind of teach you a little bit about how to play the game, maybe giving you hints about certain sections. So this is a secret little area here. So if we jump on these stones, we can open the Sunny Flight level. And that was something that I never found as a kid. I took a long time to figure that out. There is a dragon that actually tells you about it in a later level. And I think they say something along the lines of, try jumping on the stones. So you'd go back and you'd try, jumping on the stones and seeing how that works. So with the flight levels here, we just need to basically complete all of the objectives. So we need to get all the trains, all of the planes, and the archways as well. So we've got all the planes now, and we got all of the trains, so we're just going to go for the arches next. I do speedrun this game, but not the 100% category, so I don't know the route at all, so this is just pure casual playthrough for me. And hopefully we are picking up some of the sounds of the controller as well. I'm using the DualShock 2, so it has quite nice sounds for the analog. And the buttons are very, this controller is very nice actually. I have a lot of good good gameplay with this controller. I like it a lot. And there we go. That is the first level down, Sunny Flight. And we got all the gems. If you get all of the items in the level, then you will get all of the gems. The flight levels give a lot of gems. So now that we've done that, what level should we go next? We need to get the gems from this guy first. The Gnorcs. I think that we will go into Stonehill next, because it's right here. So let's do Stonehill. A very iconic level. A lot of people will have fond memories of this. I think that this level was included with the demo, so if anybody played the demo of this game as a young child, they might remember this one. So we're gonna go all around, get all the gems, and defeat the rams. I really like the rams, they're very cute. And then down this way we've got a dragon in here, lots of gems. So let's get all of these, really nice. Get the dragon, Linda.
When you free a dragon,
let's see what he has to say.
One of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
I think that Spyro does get into quite a bit of trouble. This game is very iconic and extremely cozy for me. Let's get this life also. Can never have too many lives, just in case, you know, something bad happens. We've got Astor here.
After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
He is quite the yapper, it seems. So, we've got a whole area down here actually that we can go down to the beach. There's a key in here. And we can actually unlock the strong chest in this level with this key. So let's go get that now. It is just down here. Get the gems while we're down here. There we go. And then we've got Cavern.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong.
So he's telling us about Sparks and how he works. So basically, Sparks the dragonfly, he follows us around when he is a yellow colour, or gold, I guess. That's when he has it full health. If you get hit, he'll turn blue, and then if you get hit a second time, he will turn green. And then if you get hit again for a third time, then he actually disappears and you only have one more hit point remaining, and you obviously game over if, well, you don't game over, but you end up dying and you have to go back to your last save, which is the last dragon that you touched, basically. The dragon service checkpoints. Got Gildas up here.
Spyro, my friend,
I
how
think,
about a hit on gliding?
yes, he teaches us about
For the
how to
longest
climb.
glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
So the triangle button at the end of a glide lets you drop in place. It's good for if you kind of overshoot something and you're going to glide straight past it. It was actually replaced in the second game with a hover. I actually really like the hover. I think it's a great addition to the Spyro movement. So it's a little odd if you play Spyro 2 and then you come back to this game and you don't have the glide anymore, the hover, sorry. It's quite unusual. We're just going around here getting all the gems. We actually have our first thief that's going to be up here as well. I think that he's ran in a different direction actually. Oh no, he's over here. There he is. The thieves are quite tricky at times, but he kind of messed up there. He completely did the wrong thing. So he went the wrong way. Alright, so I'm trying to find the last few gems here. They should just be over here, I think. Is that all of them? Nice. Okay. And we do actually have to leave through one of these end vortexes, because if you don't leave through a vortex, you can't actually go into Toasty, which is the boss level. So we gotta leave through that. Let's get the gems up here. And we'll go down here next, why not? We'll get Thomas.
Hey, Spyro! Press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
It's a nice little way of the game telling us that we don't have any fall damage. Oops. So we can fall as far down as we want and not get damaged, which is really nice. I'm actually a big hater of fall damage in platformers. I think it's really annoying, so I really like it that there's no fall damage in this game. It's very nice. I think that's all the gems down here, so let's head on up. And there's actually a few gems that are on top of these, so let's get these first, and then go back down, and then there's some on the other side that we're gonna get over here. There we go. And then we'll head into the next level, Town Square. So Town Square has one of my favourite enemies in here, the bowls. I think they're really, really funny and cute. Anybody that grew up with the European version of this game might notice a little change with the bowls, actually, and I'll let you have a little look at them first and see if you can see the difference between
Begin exploring
how they look in the European version and the American version.
R2 buttons to get a good look.
So he's teaching us about the camera there. So the balls here actually are quite different in the American version, which is what we're playing now. They have blood on their horns, which was actually removed in the European version, the version that I grew up with. I guess they thought it was a little bit too gruesome for children, perhaps. Gonna get that life there. Get these gems. We've got Delphin here.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top
tip
of your jump?
Yes. I remember quite a few of the dragon dialogues. And if you charge the balls, they actually get stuck, which is pretty funny. You actually don't need to kill these balls to get their gems. If you charge into them, you grab their gem and they get stuck on the ground. So, if you're feeling kind, you technically don't have to kill them, I suppose.
Spyro,
Did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
Some of the dragons are quite funny. You will notice that they have the same voice actor for a lot of the different dragons. I guess they could only afford to have so many at the time. Quite common for games of this era, doubling up on voice actors. So I missed a green there, just got to go back for it. And then there's some chests hidden here. Thankfully I know this game quite well, so shouldn't have too much troubles finding the gems, at least in the first kind of few levels. We might struggle a little bit later on trying to find them, but hopefully not. Let's get this gem here and then the dragon, and we should have everything.
Thank you for releasing me.
You do get quite a few of the dragons in this game that kind of just say thank you for releasing me and that's it. Let's check. Yes, we got everything. And we can leave. You don't actually have to leave the level through the vortex if you don't want to, but it's fun. So you can do a little bit of a wall glide here to get over to the next section, but I'm not very good at it. I thought I'd give it a go. But hey, if not, then we just have to run around. It's not too big of a deal. So because we've completed 2 levels, we can go into the boss stage now. So let's do that next. We have to talk to this dragon first.
Cool Flash, do that again.
He's going to tell us how to get in here.
Through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
So the way of getting into this dragon head is you have to complete at least one of the other levels in this homeworld. And you have to leave through the vortex. You can't just exit level through the menu. I suppose it's the developer's way of telling you you have to practice the game just a little bit before you do the boss. So these dogs can be quite a nuisance actually, so the easiest way of defeating them is to flame them once, and then jump, and then flame them again, and that can take care of them pretty easily. But the hitbox on them can be pretty weird sometimes. And also these guys with the sticks, they can hit you from quite far away actually. So you do have to be kind of careful in this level. It's the first real challenge of the game, I would say. And before we get that dragon over there, we can actually go this way. There's a dog here. Yes, he's there. Wasn't sure if he was right around the corner or not. Get this one. Okay, and now we can get the dragon. So far so good.
Gnasty Gnorc has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
I'm actually a huge fan of how in the Reignited trilogy they redesigned all of the dragons to be very unique with all of their own different little designs. I think that that's really, really cool. Something about the remake that I really enjoyed. But there's just something so special about the PS1 version that it just hits a little bit different, you know? It just has that vibe, and the music is just wonderful. I mean, we can hear it in the background right now. It is phenomenal. I hope that that's all the gems. Yes. I always just wait until the gems kind of stop going into the total just to make sure that I've got them all. Alright, so we're almost done with the artisan lands, which is great. I'm gonna get this guy. And then there's some gems here. And there's some gems on here. Let's get these ones. Okay, and then the last level is actually going to be just beyond this hedge maze here. It's not much of a maze, really. I'm going to get these gems. Now, this might be the most iconic level of this home world, Dark Hollow. It's a lot of people's favourites. It's got a really, really nice vibe to it. It's very, very cozy. Before we go up this these little steps here, we're going to go and get the key for the strong chest, which is down here. You can only kill these Gnorcs here, these big Gnorcs, by flaming them in their back, so we have to wait until they turn around, or else they can't be defeated from the front, and they can't be charged either because they're too big for them to be defeated with a charge.
Psst, Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret.
I completely forgot that the triangle button even zooms in. To be honest, let's try that. Oh yeah, it does. That's really nice. I'm gonna get this key here. Get all of these gems down here. I'm pretty sure there's some hidden, yes, in between the little pedestals here. Very easy to miss. Let's get back up here. And please let me know if the controller sounds are a little bit too loud or not, and I can try and fix that for next time. But I'm probably going to record this all in one big chunk, to be honest. Just because it is quite a short game. If you played the game before, you'll know where to go and where all the dragons are and everything.
Oh, it's you.
Got
I
Alpine.
wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is
It's
fine,
quite interesting
but a
actually that
charge attack will
the
take care of
game is only just telling us how to defeat the big enemies. So big enemies you have to flame. The small enemies with the shields or the armor, they have to be charged. It's quite self-explanatory, but for, you know, a children's game, you might struggle with it at first if you don't really know any better. I know when I was a kid, this was one of my first games actually that I ever owned. It might have been actually the first game that I ever played on the PlayStation 1. I think it was. So it's, you know, you're not used to video games at that point. Maybe you wouldn't understand that at the time. The PlayStation 1 was actually my first console that I ever owned. I did play a few older consoles at a family member's house, but I never had anything myself as such. So hopefully after this dragon here there's a few more gems and we should be done with this level. I don't think I missed anything, but we will soon find out. Let's have a look. 100. Nice. And the last thing for us to do now is to get to the balloonist and go to the next home world. So we should have everything in this entire home world. Let's see. I'm just gonna check my inventory screen, and yes, we've got everything, so we can head to the next level. Wow, I see you have been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeepers world if you like. Yes, please. So, this next homeworld is kind of based around, there's a lot of warrior dragons, and a lot of levels are filled with like soldiers and things like that, so it's a little bit more intimidating than the first homeworld that we've just done. I love the dragon designs in this homeworld. I think that they look really, really cool. But as we can see, the Gnorcs have now got weaponry. In the first homeworld, they ran away from us. They didn't even try to stop us. So, a big change. I like to do all the levels in order. So, when I was a kid, I would actually go through the entire homeworld, collect all of the gems first, and then I would go into each level afterwards. But I think it must be because I speedrun this game that I got out of the habit of doing that and kind of just do them in a more fast manner. But as I was saying before, I don't speedrun this category, so I don't really know what the fastest way of doing it is. I'm just kind of doing it as I like, just casually. So we got another egg thief here. We'll get that chest on the way back. There we go. Alright, just need to get this last chest here. There we go. Like I was saying before, we've got a step up in difficulty here. The Gnorcs have all got weapons now. They've got swords and spears and guns and who knows what else. A lot of different things, I suppose. And I'm gonna go this way first, I think. Oops, that guy got me. I think we're gonna go up here because I want to get the key. So let's get the key first. So there are strong boxes that you can open in not every level, only some levels. But you can only open them if you have the key. So we're gonna get the key now first, and then we can unlock the strong box, which has got a lot of gems in it. And the way of getting around to it is by doing a glide just around this corner. It's not super easy at first to understand how to get up here. Something that you have to play around with when you play this game casually. Even the dragons sometimes will remark about how you've got to them. With amazement, they will be quite impressed with your abilities of getting across. Some of the dragons really do get themselves stuck in very, very compromising positions, really. I don't know how they managed to get where they are. There we go. So I think that's all of the gems around this section. So now we have got a different section, which is just across here, and we can glide across to it. But actually, we're going to go up here because there's some gems up here that I've missed. So definitely worth going up here. Get these gems, and now we can go down. And we've got some new chest types that show up more often now. So we had a few of the... I'm not sure what they're called. I think they're called... Are they called spring chests or something? I'm honestly not even sure. I think that you can get up here with, yes, a well-timed jump. You have to kind of do a spin to get up there. It's a little tricky at
That's you,
first,
Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing
but
so much
that's
about? Ever
the
get
beauty
your
of
leaf
this
puppets
game.
book?
There's
We've
tons
known
to
You've known?
improve
I
on, and
forget.
it's just a really, really satisfying game to play over and over again, in my opinion. I love doing the 100% in this game. I love doing the 100% in this game far more than any of the other Spyro games, personally. I think that they can get a little bit annoying in the other games because you've got all of the mini games and all of the other playable characters that I just don't find as appealing. I really do prefer it when it is just you and Spyro, and I don't know, I just kind of prefer the more simplistic nature of the game. I just think it's really, really nice. Go across here, get this fireworks box. This is the first fireworks box that we've seen so far, and if you charge into them they will explode immediately and you'll take damage, so it's much better to flame them so we don't take that damage. We've got a glide here that really tests your gliding abilities. You can't make a bad jump with that one, you really have to lock in on that glide to get up there. Let's see if we've got all of the gems or if we've missed any. Oh, wonderful. So, because we've got everything, we can just exit out. We don't have to leave through the vortex. So that's wonderful. Let's head to the next level. We're gonna get all of these Gnorcs here. First, get all of their gems. They do actually hide in these, so I'm just gonna flame them just to make sure that I've got all of them there before going into Cliff Town. So, Cliff Town here. I will try and do a glide at the start of this level and see if I can get around the back section of this, but I might fail it. Nice, okay, so we got around the back and that's a pretty tight glide. So, I'm happy I got it, and I thought I'd give it a go, but no, you can actually jump off of that enemy to get up to the other section faster, but it's pretty tricky to do. Let's get these gems around here. This is where the game really starts being sneaky with where it hides its gems. It's gonna wait for Sparks to eat the fodder there, so he's got some more health. I did take a few hits on the other stage, and then I believe there is a thief here, so let's chase him around here. There we go. Get the dragon.
How's a dragon
I
supposed
love the
to
color
flame
of this
metal armor
dragon.
anyway?
He looks
Remember,
really nice.
Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging
It's
with your
interesting to me
horns,
how
that should do it.
this dragon is on all fours, like Spyro, but most of the other dragons are on their hind legs. It's pretty interesting. Oh, so you can actually get up here without having to glide from a higher building. And you can flame this rocket here early, which saves you a lot of time from having to come back down and getting all of the things. I'm gonna get all of these gems down here first before we head on up these steps here. So there's a few hidden gems just there. And we mustn't forget that there's gems also in the cauldrons there. very easily missed. You can be running around the levels for a long time trying to figure out where are the gems, where have I missed gems? And it ends up being that it's one of the ones that's hidden in the little cauldrons they've got there. I always wondered as a kid, what are they cooking in those pots? It looks quite unusual. It's a red, kind of pinky orange colour, as we can see. I always thought that it looked like it might taste quite nice, but who knows?
Hey,
I don't think that you can actually jump into the cauldrons and damage yourself on them. I'm not actually sure. I guess we could try it while we're here. Let's see if we can jump in it. It doesn't look like it. No, we can't. So, we've done all this area over here. We get to glide across and get all of the rest of the gems, so we can really see in this level here that the level is really opened up. In this home world, the levels are very fast and there's lots to explore and very big, wide open spaces. At the time, it was very impressive. This game has got quite a decent draw distance. You can see stuff that's very, very far in the distance. Like if we look around, we can see stuff that's so far away, and that's very, very impressive for a game of this time. Even on the PlayStation 2, games struggled with the draw distance, so that's something that I think is really, really nice about this game.
You can get to almost anywhere from here.
And this dragon's telling us that we're at the highest point, so we can get to anywhere from up here. Great for us, getting these gems, and then I believe we should have enough. I really hope so. Let's see. Yes. Okay. And we can leave and head on into the next level. So far, so good. So I think the next level that we're going to head into is going to be the flight level, I think. I think that we'll do the flight level next. Let's see. Whichever one I come across first, I guess. Let's deal with all of these Gnorcs first, just so they're out of the way. Because, as I said before, if they hide in these little tents, like this guy, then you might miss one. Something funny is if you look away from them, they show their bum, which I always thought was funny, and then you look back at them and they go back to being scared. It's pretty silly. This game is very charming. I suppose because we're right next to this dragon here, we may as well go into Ice Cavern first. Ice Cavern is quite a vast level. It's probably one of the biggest in the entire game, I think. So it might take some time to get through it, so let's do it now. And I love the aesthetic of this level. This is my favourite level in this homeworld. I absolutely adore it. I love any kind of snow level anyway. They're always my favourite, but in this level in particular, it's just the colour palette and all of the blues, the purples, the pinks, just everything is just so gorgeous in this level. It's just absolutely stunning. I really like it.
A word of caution, little one.
Even the dragon here that you rescued, he fits in so well with his colour design. He looks so nice against all of the blues. Really nice. Like if we look out through this window here, we can see the skybox and all of the snow, and even the void is just such a wonderful colour. So nice. And I like these enemies that have got the little snow outfits on to keep them warm. The little snowy, little snow boots, and their earmuffs and stuff. It's very, very cute. I'm gonna get all of these chests up here, and I'm actually going to go down here because if we go down there, if we go up there, sorry, then we can't open the chest yet. So let's free this dragon, and then we can glide down to the key, and we can come back up through this way
The big
afterwards.
Gnorcs up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
A nice hint there from the dragon, telling us that the armored Gnorcs are very easily defeated by making them slide off of the icy floor. So you do have to listen to the dragons from time to time. They really do give you a lot of good hints. And I think before we go along this way across here, I think that what we'll do is we will go through this little cavern. And like I was saying before, I don't really know the best
Thank you for releasing me.
route through this level to get all of the gems. I'm just kind of winging it, I suppose. Get all these, get the big enemies, and heading up here. So we have the key at least, so whenever we find that strong box we'll be able to open it, which is very nice. And this guy right here is what that other dragon was telling us about. So if you charge them, they'll slide right off the edge. Makes it very easy to defeat them. And there we go. Make sure we get this gem that's hidden. I always miss that gem, so I have a good memory for where it is now. And then going across here, and we can open the strong chest, or the strong box. I'm not sure what they're called. And there we go. And we can go back down into this area that we were at, and go the other direction, this time across here. Take care of this enemy. Free the dragon.
Thank you for releasing me.
A lot of the dragons just have that kind of voice line where they say thank you for releasing me. I guess they run out of things for them to say at a certain point, which is fine, you know, it's part of the charm. I do like how all of the dragons are different ages. I think that's very fun. So, we've done all of this little section. There's one last path. Like I said before, this level is very fast and open. We can actually jump across these little stones, and we're in a brand new section of the level here. And hopefully we haven't missed anything. I love that Gnorc there with his little skis on. He's very cute. Make sure we get that gold gem. What do you all think? Do you think that the 10 gems are yellow or gold? Let me know. I always thought that they were gold, but a lot of people say that they're yellow. But let me know what you think. Take care of that guy. gems around here, and then we should be coming up to the last section here. So hopefully we have got all of the gems, unless I've missed a few I'll be very upset about. So this should be the last one. Nice. And we get the last dragon, Ragnar.
Done well, Spyro.
I
Some
love
dragons thought you weren't
Ragnar.
ready.
Look at him.
I knew.
He's got a lovely
I'm ready, all right.
color palette.
Ready for what?
He fits in with the level so nice. Alright, so as you can see, we've got everything in this level. Let's go back to the home world. And we've only got 2 more levels to do. And then we're done. We still have quite a bit of the home world left to do as well. So let's do that as we're going. So we do need to use this cannon to destroy that rock, and then also these chests as well. I think that's gone for the chest over there. We wanted to hit this one in the front. There we go. There we go. Gonna go along here, gonna get all of these gems. On this side. Oh, I missed that one. Get all of these. Get the chests around this corner here. And then I suppose we'll do the flight level while we're here. Oh, we need to get this. I'll go into the night flight level. This level is actually very straightforward. We go for the rings first. And I love the music in this one. And then we're actually going to go to the right this time. Instead of following the intended path, we're going to do this alternate path that is a little bit faster. Hopefully I don't die by falling in the water. I'm going to get all of these chests. And I love the colours in this level too. It's very much like the Ice Cavern level. Lots of blues and purples and pinks. They really do complement each other very well. And here's a little bit of a hard turn. There we go. Get this. Get these last archways. And then we finish on this lighthouse. And there we go. The flight level's all done. And then I think now what we'll do is we'll go into the boss level. So, the boss level is going to be right in front of us. Dr. Shemp. Now, Dr. Shemp is, for some reason, has quite a loud song. So hopefully it is not too loud for you all to listen to. I think with the boss levels, to make them feel a little bit more intimidating, they made them very, very loud. I think that was a conscious decision. I'm gonna just back up and get these gems here before carrying on. But this level is quite a jam. Very, very good music in this level. Oh, and that guy got past me. So we're gonna go back just to... If you do miss them, they fall off the ledge and leave their gem behind. So it's not a big deal. You can't completely lose that gem, so you don't need to worry about that. I've only had it in very, very rare instances where the gem has actually fallen off the level and I can't collect it, but that is very, very rare. We've got like the 25 gems up here. We love the 25. Very satisfying. and I always thought that the 25 gems were more of a pink colour than a purple colour. A lot of people would say that they're purple, but I think they're more of a, well, really a magenta colour, I would say.
But I'll tell you one thing.
Which is more towards a pink, I think. I hope I don't start any arguments in the comments about what colour the gems are. That would be quite awkward. And for Dr. Shemp here, the strategy is that we have to flame him on his butt. So we have to wait until he spins around and we can hit him. The last phase here, and we have to actually jump. And there we go. He's going to throw all of his gems. I'm going to go up here, get this box. We already got the key. Get that 25. And then we can go down here, collect the rest of the gems. That should be enough, I hope. Wonderful. Okay. And now that we've done that, that's the last level of the homeworld. And we can just finish up all of the gems that we've missed in the homeworld itself. So they should be just around this area. I'm trying to move the camera a little bit. It was a little bit stuck there. So I'm gonna get these gems on here. And then come around to this side. Get the egg leaf. Get these chests. And then we can glide
Well done,
across
Spyro.
to the
Keep
strong
up the good work,
box.
and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
Spyro tends to argue with some of these dragons. It's quite funny. Alright, so hopefully the rest of the gems should be in this little cave that's hidden away off the beaten track. I'm really hoping that that's all of them. Excellent. And now we can go to the balloonist and go to the next homeworld. So let's head there now. There he is. Gosnold, the balloonist. I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure. Hop aboard for the Magic Crafters world, if you are ready. We are going to Magic Crafters next, so let's head on over. Magic Crafters is a lot of people's favourite homeworld, and I think it's because it is just such an imaginative and colourful homeworld full of really, really nicely designed levels. We're gonna get this egg thief first. He can be quite a nuisance to catch. And as always, we're just going to be doing all of these levels in the order that they appear.
Welcome to Magic
And
Crafters.
all of the
I want you
dragons
to
in
release the
this
dragons,
particular
reclaim
homeworld
our
are very,
treasure, and recover
I
the
always thought they
eggs
were very
from those
fabulous.
blue
You know, they're very kind of eccentric. Their manner of speaking and everything else. So I really enjoy them. But maybe we can play the reignited version of this game one day. Let me know if that's something that you would like to see. I could definitely consider it. And just gonna get these druids, the little green guys that go wow, wow, wow. They're called druids, I believe. But going into the first level here, Alpine Ridge. Now, this level actually, when I was a child, used to scare me quite a bit. So, these big yellow beasts, I'm not sure if they actually have a name, but they used to terrify me when I was young. I really used to hate coming into this level very much. Now that I look back as an adult, it's kind of silly that I thought they were so scary, but you know, kids find things scary that aren't really that scary. But the music in this level actually is one of my favourites. I really, really like the music in this one. The colour palette's not my favourite, but the music is very nice.
Awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
And the dragon here, I used to think when I was a kid, he'd ask Spyro if he's scared of the yellow beasts. And Spyro says, of course not. But as a kid, I was like, no, I am. I'm really scared of them. And I would always think Spyro was very brave for not being afraid of them, because they really are quite scary. Get all these wizards here, they can be quite a nuisance. And these steps here also, let's see if we can get up in time. Nice. I wasn't sure if I was going to get up those in time before they went back in. So the druids here, they use their magic to make the level change. So they move platforms and generally just a nuisance. Just gonna make sure I got all them gems there. Yes, I did. Go down here, get this little... Oh, that could have been terrible. I might have fallen off there. Sometimes the enemies are quite good at hitting you. Where's that fodder? Let's get that just for the health. Just gonna wait a second. Gonna glide across here. There we go. Make sure I get all these gems.
Oh, thank you for releasing me.
I always liked the different accents the dragons had in this game. Very charming. Ooh, I missed a box. Make sure that we get that. And then we're gonna go around here. Just get these. Take care of the giant beasts. I would love to know what these are called, the giant yellow beasts. I wonder if they have a name. I'm not quite sure. Take care of that one, but then we'll come back for him in a second. And I'm gonna get this life. I don't think I'll need it, but you never know. We might have some troubles on some later levels. We've got some quite difficult levels coming up, particularly in the homeworld that's after this one. So hopefully that doesn't eat away at our lives too much, but we will see. Get these. And then there is a fun little trick that you can do in this level that makes getting the egg thief a million times easier. So I'm going to show that right now. And all you have to do is glide at this section of the wall here. And you can phase right through it. And the egg thief will just run straight into you. Makes getting his egg very, very easy. It's a fun little trick.
Remember that
We've got
we
Kelvin here.
haven't stolen eggs only in the Magic Crafter world. Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
And we will indeed take care of it. Don't worry, we'll get everything in this game. You don't have to worry. Gonna get all of these. So you're supposed to chase the thief along this section here. But we already got him, so we don't have to worry about that. There we go. And now we can go across to this section. And just gonna do that. Gonna just adjust the camera. Make sure we get this. And this should be the last one. Wonderful. Okay. So far, so good. Back into the homeworld. And we've got another egg thief up here. He's not too bad. Get these gems. I always forget these ones. And I'm actually going to, before we go down the supercharge, I'm just going to go down here. Get this enemy. Make sure I get the gems that he's guarding there. Otherwise I might forget him later on. And I think before we do the supercharge, we're going to do this level first. It makes sense, as we're right next to it.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge?
And the supercharge in
Go ahead.
the first 3 Spyro games makes you go very, very fast, but we will see that very shortly. As we're going into high caves here. So high caves features one of the more terrifying enemies, which we will see in just a little short while. We're going to go up this section first with the wizards that are creating these tornadoes. And they seem to be battling with the blue wizards here. I'm not quite so sure why they are having a feud, but they seem to be. We've got Sirens. I always like the names of the dragons in this game. They're quite unique and unusual at times. But then you also have the really, really basic names too. It's a good mix. I'm just gonna get all these gems here. There we are. I'm gonna head back up and glide along these platforms. These can be quite easy to miss, so hopefully we don't miss any of them here. Just gonna wait for this platform to kind of start returning back. There we are. And then get all of these gems. Get all the boxes. Make sure that we get these red gems down here. They're quite easy to miss. And there are actually some more here. I'm gonna get these ones. And now we have quite a lot of supercharge that we have to use to get around the rest of the level to make it across to the different caves.
Supercharge makes you invincible.
The good thing is about this level, because it is the first one that we play that has the supercharge, we have actually no fear of dying. So if we actually fall into the void, it doesn't matter. The fairies that are below will catch us and bring us back to the top of the supercharge, which is really nice. So we're gonna get this thief next. He can be a pain, but we got him no problem. Quite simple. Get these. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing on the other side. There isn't. And then that's all that section there. And then I'm gonna try and glide across here. But if you do fall, it doesn't matter, because the fairies will catch you. I'm gonna go across here next, do this section. And I think that there is another thief that is up here, I believe, yes. He can be quite a pain, this one. I struggle with this one quite a bit. There we go. Make sure I've got everything up here, I believe, and then we're just going to fall off so that the fairies take us all the way back to the top here, and then we're because if we go for this one first, then we can actually glide across to the cave next to us instead of having to do the supercharge again. And this level actually has a lot of gems in it to collect. Like we're nearing 400 now. There we go, just make sure there's nothing there. Okay, and then we can fall off again. We still have one more section to do. And this is where the scary enemies are. And we will see them. These very, very scary spiders. And I missed him. Oh no. We're gonna have to go back and try and get this one again with the supercharge. He was kind of out of the way. Oh, let's not forget that. We'll grab all these gems on the way back. It's okay, it's not too bad because we would have had to come back through this section anyway. I tell you what we will do first. Let's go and clear up this section here. And we can actually get the fairy. So this fairy here gives Spyro a super breath, and he can actually destroy these spiders with his breath. Usually you can't flame these enemies, of course. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so it's just, I believe, the last spider, and he should drop a 10 gem, hopefully. So let's see. There he is. And that is it. Let's get out of here. Lots of gems in that level. 500. Wow. Okay. Oh, I almost fell off. Let's go around this section. And we want to hit this. And what we'll do is we'll go into Wizard Peak and then we'll clear up all of the rest of the gems there that I missed. But we got the strong chest with the supercharge, which is what's important really. Before we go forward in this level, I'm going to go to the side. Because there's some extra bits of level. Gotta wait for Sparks to eat the fodder there. When he's eating, he can't pick up gems. So I'm gonna clear up all this side, and then I believe we glide across here. Get this wizard. There we are. And then we can actually head back to that section. At the beginning, I'm going to get this gem here because we still have another way to go. So let's do this other section first. Before we carry on, so we can glide across here, get these gems, and then we actually have another glide around the corner. Just making sure I got all the gems. Okay, so we can jump down here, and then glide across to this section, and get this other wizard. Alright. Wonderful. Make sure I've got everything in the beginning section. Okay. And then we can carry on. Oh, I missed the chest. Carry on with this section here. Get all of these enemies. I love these wizards with the raincoats. They are so cute. I love them.
Welcome to Wizard Peaks. This is my favorite supercharge spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
And we will indeed be bashing those wizards, as the dragon says. Gonna go up here, get all these gems, make sure we get that other chest there. And then go back down, get this. Get this guy. Get this. Make sure we get all these gems. Make sure we get all that. Alright, and now I'm going to try and do a big supercharge across this other section. So let's do that next. So we're going to go around here. Jump. Yay. Okay. That's good. And then get all these gems behind here. Nice. Make sure we get all these on top of here. And then we're going to go back up again because we've got one more supercharge that we need to get across. So let's do that. There we go. I'm not sure if you can make it up here with just the one supercharge or not. I'm not sure, to be honest. There's a thief around here, hidden away, and then we can actually, oops, I'll just die. We have lots of lives anyway. And then we've done all the supercharge sections. We can actually just go to the end now.
Thank you for releasing me.
You can actually glide from up there back down, but I kind of slipped off the edge. Happens sometimes. It might have actually been a little bit faster to die, to be honest. Get this thief here. There's a lot of egg thieves in the Magic Crafter's home compared to all of the other home worlds. There's a very lot, very lot. It's not very good English. Very many, I suppose. And I really do hope that I haven't missed anything.
Listen carefully, Spyro.
So we're going to double check before we leave.
It is at the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan home, waterfall. Sounds good.
So let's double check before we leave. Alright. Let's go through the vortex. Okay, so we're going to actually go back on ourselves a little bit here and get some of the gems that we've missed, and then we will do the flight level next. So only 2 more levels to go. We've got the flight level and then the boss level. So before we go into the flight level, I'm actually going to backtrack because we have gotten the key. So we can open the strongbox, which is just hidden around this corner here. Gonna get that live. There we go, and then we can carry on and go into the flight level now. So I'm going to get all these gems. We'll get the... oh, I missed actually a red gem, so I'll have to remember to get that on the way out. But we're going to get the dragon on the way out as well. So I'm going to try and do a turn around here. And kind of do this level a little bit back to front. It's a little bit easier to get the plane. So I did miss one, but that's not too big of a deal. We can get him on the way round. Doing it this way is a little bit faster than the intended way. Usually you'd have to chase all the planes and and it takes forever. So I'm gonna get him here. There we go. I'm gonna get these chests here. Turn around. And then get the remaining chests and archways, which are this way. The flight levels are pretty tricky, but once you know what you're doing, they're pretty easy once you've practiced them a lot. So I'll get the dragon on the way out here, and I'll remember to get that red gem that's behind the portal. It's in the back of my mind, don't worry. I will get it.
I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
I do quite enjoy the older dragons, and they kind of lecture Spyro quite a bit. It's very charming. I'm gonna go along here. Oops, fell in the water there. And I think we've got everything in that section there. I'm gonna go along here. Get these. Get all the gems here. I'm gonna make sure that we've got all the gems before we go into this last homeworld. And I'm gonna get a dragonfly. Alright, so we've got all the gems in the homeworld, and this is the last level. In here, the boss level, Blowhard. I know, very funny. But Blowhard is actually a way of calling somebody a show-off. If somebody is very pompous and a show-off, you would call them a Blowhard. So I think that's what they were kind of going for, but it's still a pretty funny name. Another level that has great music in it. And the wizards with the raincoats, which I absolutely adore. Make sure that we get all of these gems down here. There's a little hidden blue one here. Make sure that we take our time going up these little platforms. Quite easy to fall off these. Make sure we get all these chests. But the music in this level is absolutely amazing. Really, really good. I've wanted to do sort of a tier list of Spyro music at some point, but probably is not very well suited to ASMR, so maybe not on this channel. But I'm really enjoying this playthrough. So far it's been really, really nice and relaxing. I think that this game is really well suited to ASMR. It's just such a vibe. Ooh, he actually got me. Not every day that I see him get me there. He's out for blood. But he is not going to put up much of a fight here. Get all his gems, and hopefully, yeah, that is all of them. And we can now leave the homeworld, and the balloonist is right next to us here. This is Tuka. Thank you, Spyro, for recovering so many of our dragon eggs. Hop aboard for the Beastmaker's world if you're ready. I would say, out of all of the homeworlds in this game, Beastmakers is probably my least favourite. Not because I think the levels are bad or anything, but they're kind of plain. The colour palette is a bit, you know, a lot of browns, a lot of greens, very muted colours. So it definitely fits in very well with the vibe that it's going for. It pulls it off very, very well, but I'm not really not really a fan of this homeworld as much as the others.
Gnasty Gnorc is turning our swamp
I
into
do
an
quite enjoy the
electrified duck
dragons
heap.
here, though.
And it used to be so beautiful.
They have a kind of, well, they live in a swamp, so they have fun accents, and they're quite funny. So the first level we're going to go into here is Terrace Village. I would say that this is probably one of the hardest levels in this game. There are a lot of enemies that have very, very fast attacks, and you could really get stuck here for quite a while, so I'm just going to be as careful as I can to not take too much damage, but hopefully we will be fine. I'm going to go around this right path here, make sure I get all the gems. It's quite easy to actually miss gems in this level, so I'm just going to make sure we've got everything around that corner there. Going to get these fan chests. Make sure that we get all these around this corner here. And we are actually going to have to go back a little bit just to clean up this area that we've missed. So we're going to go up here. Oops, that was a weird kind of flop. Let's try that again. Oh, I missed. You see, the enemies can be quite ruthless. If you miss them with your charge, they have no mercy. They will get you. Alright, so that is all that section done. Let's carry on. Get this dragon. I'm gonna get this fodder as well, just so I got a butterfly for Sparks, just to heal him to full.
Watch out, Spyro. The Gnorcs in these parts have discovered the power of electricity.
Yes, the electricity is one of the main problems of this level, actually. It's quite tough to time your jumps across these sections. And, you know, take care of the enemies. So let's wait a second, just so that he finishes. There we go. I'm gonna go around this side. Oh, you see? I was not prepared. I didn't think that I would actually aggro him from that far away. There we go. And we'll come back for that strong chest in just a second. Oh, I missed him. Oh, that could be bad. It's okay. We got him. There we go. There we are. Get this. Alright. And thankfully, I think the developers knew that this level was a little bit more of a hard one. They put a lot of health around for us, so that's good.
Sure.
I love how this dragon is just lounging about. It's quite funny. That's me when I have a day off work. Lounging about. We have quite a lot of lives at this point, so we don't really need to collect any, but the boxes are just so appetizing. They're a lovely purple colour, and they make a nice noise when you collect them. Gonna get some health here because I'm taking quite a bit of damage. Gonna get all of these chests along here. Alright, that's all that section done. Gonna get that chicken. Let's head on up here. Oh, I timed that rather poorly. But that's okay, because we need to go back round and get these anyway. I believe we have to make a loop round again, so let's do that. Maybe there's a chicken that we can get on the way. Aha. We'll get this one. There we are. Gonna wait. There we are. Oh, I missed that green. Let's get that. Okay. I'm gonna go across here. think that what I'll do is, maybe we'll go across here, collect these gems first. We're not done with the level yet, so we won't leave through the vortex just yet, but we can get all of the gems in here, and then we can actually get back across. It saves us having to go all the way back around again. So let's glide back over here, and there's some stairs here that we can get up. Here we go. Alright, and now the game kind of expects you to play around with your glides, because this took me a very long time to figure out how to get up here when I was young. So we glide around, and then we've got a bunch of rockets up here, which is going to open all of the strong chests for us. There we go. And there we are. Let's change the camera a little bit. So let's go across here first. There we go. And get these last few gems over here. Quite a long level, this one. Do we have everything? Yes. But yeah, that's quite a long level. That took quite some time. One of the harder levels, I would say. The game really does ramp up in its difficulty in this section, in my opinion. I'm gonna get those violet chests. Then, make sure we get all of them gems. These pigs can be quite a nuisance also. So we're just gonna make sure that we take care of them there. I'm gonna go around the back of here first, I think. Just to make sure that we get all of these hidden gems. Oh, I did miss one. Blocks there. Let's get that one. We'll get this dragon.
Spyro, it's great to see you.
This is my favourite dragon.
I've got to go.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I have to go. So, such an unusual dragon. Humorous. Alright, so let's go into our next level, which is actually going to be the flight level. This one can be quite tricky. There's quite a risk of dying quite easily by falling in the water. But we're going to go around this way first. Get the boats and the arches. Oh, I kind of messed that up a little bit. Get this boat here. Make sure. Oh, this is kind of bad. This is kind of bad here. I hope I haven't missed a boat. Oh, I missed the boat. This is what I mean. Okay, one more boat. Where is he? There he is. Oh, and you see, I messed it up. Let's try that again. Once you get off rhythm, it can really mess you up. This time, we've got it for sure. I won't mess it up this time. At least, I will try not to mess it up this time. Concentrating a little bit just to make sure that I don't fall in the water again. Let's get all these chests first, and then we can go back for all of the playing. Alright. One more. And then the rest of them should be in here. There we go. That's more like it. That's probably the hardest flight level, I would say. Alright, so get these before we go up the whirlwind. There we are, and we can head straight on into our next level, which is right here, which is Misty Bog. Now, Misty Bog. This is a notorious level for being difficult, and it's purely down to the frogs that are in this level, the attack frogs. They are extremely cute, but they are vicious and very deadly. And also, these little tree enemies here are an absolute nightmare. They go very, very fast, and when they eat you, they spit you back out very aggressively. And these are the frogs that I was talking about, and their range on their tongue attack is very, very large, so they are very dangerous. Just taking my time with them, just making sure that they don't get me here. We have a lot of lives to work with, so that's good. And I'm actually not going to... Actually, I will get these chests here. I was just about to say I'll get these chests on the way back, but I'll get them now, just in case I forget about them later on. Go. Get these. There we go. I'll get this dragon now. Roscoe.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
They really are.
Frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
It's hard to believe that it used to be a nice swamp, but okay. I'll take his word for it. Get the pig. This enemy. And then we'll go across here. And... oops, I missed him. I'm gonna go across here, just get these last few enemies here. Go up here. And we may as well do this section. Gotta be very, very careful. There's a lot of frogs in this room. It's very, very dangerous. I will most certainly get hit in this section. Most certainly. Yes. I expected it. But it could have gone a lot worse than that. So we get the hardest part of the level out of the way now, when we can just clear up the next part, and it shouldn't be as bad. So, alright, do this gems here, and we can actually glide back across and carry on with the level. So we're gonna go this way this time. Oops, that could be bad. We're on a green box. I'll try and get some health. Oh, going up this way next. Little fairy here tells us to go down. Gotta be very, very careful in this room here. These enemies can really take us out, so there we go. Not too bad. Zeke.
Thank you for releasing me.
I really like the name Zeke. It's a name that I really like. Big fan. Alright, got all the gems there. Gonna get these. I think the pig killed the frog for us. Oops, okay, this is now quite scary. Oh, and we died. There we go, that's the first real death of the game. But that's okay, because it doesn't put us very far back at all. We are right where we died. It's not too bad. So we don't need to, oops, worry too much. Do you see what I was talking about with the pigs? Every enemy in this level is giving us a hard time. But we don't need to worry because we can get through it. just gotta believe.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures.
Here's Bubba.
Smash them,
Bubba's
Spyro.
my
Stamp them
favourite.
out and squish them and squash them.
Especially in the Reignited
Charge them and flame them.
trilogy.
Gnarc
Bubba
Dragon
has got
after all.
an absolutely amazing design in that, and he has got a wonderful voice actor and everything. He's just very, very charming in that version, and he's quite funny. So, just gonna go up here. It's a little hidden area up here that we can get all of these gems. And I don't think I'm making that. Okay. Gonna go along these little section here. Oh, 1 second. So sorry about that. Somebody was actually delivering a parcel, so I had to go get it, but I'm back now. And I got hit and died. Okay. Damn you, parcel man. You've ruined this run. I'm just kidding. Okay. Maybe we can get across here without taking any damage this time. But that's quite funny. Right. Let's carry on. And we should have everything, hopefully. Okay, let's get out of here. Misty Bog is probably my least favourite level of the entire game. I really, really don't like it. Just because it's quite difficult. Okay, but we're out now and we can carry on. And we're gonna go around here, get all these gems that are hidden away. And before we go into treetops, there is actually more gems, I believe. There we go. Just gonna double check. We got it. Okay. Let's go into treetops now. So this level is really the ultimate test of your supercharge abilities. So we're really gonna get tested right now. I'm gonna go up here, get all of these. It might take me a little bit of time just to figure out where everything is, so do forgive me if I miss anything. Get this key. Make sure we get all of these. There we are. Oh, missed him. I think that these little enemies are called banana boys, which is pretty funny. I never realised what it was that they actually threw, but I guess it's bananas. Pretty funny. Get this dragon here. So this dragon is actually going to be our saviour, because if we miss the supercharge and we fall into the void, then we can actually respawn on top of his little pedestal, so he's going to be our saviour for when we inevitably do fall off, because I can almost guarantee I will fall off at this level. So first supercharge we're going to do is go across the left here, see if we can make it across. There we go. You really have to do your glide. Well, you have to do your jump at the very, very end of that ramp, like even after the ramp, like almost do a jump after you've already gone off the edge of it to make this glide. It can be quite tricky. Make sure we get this thief, because he has a very important gem that we need, of course. Gonna go back, and then we're gonna do the supercharge across here, get all of the gems. Oops, that's very rude of you, sir. How rude. for him to hit me there. Okay. And then we're gonna go across this supercharge here. And with this one, we can hit this chest. There we go. Wonderful. Get this last enemy here. And then we can actually, I think the best thing to do here is actually to die. And then it will respawn us back at the dragon. So we don't have to travel as far back. Because where we really need to go next is over this way over here. So it's a little bit quicker to die and respawn at the dragon. And we need to chase this thief as well. Make sure we get the gems from the strong chest, or else we will be in trouble. Get Isaac here.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm
A very good
all
tip.
over it.
Alright, so before we chase the thief to the right side, we're actually going to go across here and get all of these gems because they're very important. We have a lot of lives right now, which is great. Gonna go up here, across. Ooh, we're gonna stop. I almost went too far. There we are. Okay, got everything down here. And now we're gonna actually go back. I think actually the easiest thing would be to die again, because we need to start from here. Because we need to go across this side this time. Here we go. And then down here. And then we can get a really big, very fast supercharge, which lets us get up here. There we go. Make sure we get this thief too. There we are. Let's see. Okay, we got everything. Just what we'd like to see. Alright, so next level. Let's get into it. I'm actually going to go across to the level first before we clean up all the homeworld, just to get it done and out the way. So Metalhead is the boss level of this homeworld, and he can be a pretty tricky boss, but I always really enjoyed this boss when I was young. I think it's really cool. So we'll get to see him very, very soon. Gonna make sure I get all these gems. And we can actually go down here, a little bit of a secret area. Get all of these. And we're actually going to go up, oops, all the way to the top, because this is where the key is. And then once we've got the key, I'm going to make sure I get all the rest of these, and we can head off the whirlwind here. There we go. And we're going to do a big glide across here. There we go. Let's carry on. Oops, got hit by that guy there. Get these gems here. It's okay because there's a chicken. Like I was saying before, when Sparks is eating a butterfly, he can't actually collect gems. So that can be a little bit of a nuisance. Oops, I need that. Give me that. Alright. So far so good.
This big robot is all charged up.
This dragon is very, very Spyro colour palette. I always thought he looked very similar. When I was a kid, I thought maybe they might be related or something. So he is the boss, and the gimmick of this boss is that you have to destroy all of these little metal pillars, and that's how you get the boss to go into the next phase. There is quite a lot of gems, so we've got to make sure that we collect them all. I hope we haven't missed any. And we got the key, that's good. Oops, that was not intentional. I accidentally did not press the X button for my glide. There we go. I'm hoping I didn't miss a gold 10 gem in the second phase of the boss, because sometimes the enemy doesn't drop it, and yeah, it can be a bit annoying, so I really hope that I got that. I'm just going to change the camera. I need to glide across here. Get these. Alright. The moment of truth here. Have we got all of the gems? Nice. Okay, so now we just have to finish the rest of this homeworld. So we're almost done. I'm gonna actually go up here first. Get the key. Make sure that I get these. Make sure we get this guy. And then we're going to get this enemy next. There we go. Make sure we get all those. Use the key on this. Very nice. Get all these chests. There we go. And then we can actually do a little jump back up here. It's not intentional, but we can. Just get up there like that. I'm gonna make sure I get this gem. Okay. And if we look at our inventory, we have got everything. So we can talk to Crane. I feel so much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. We're going to be doing Dreamweavers next, so let's head on across. Now, Dreamweavers is my absolute favourite homeworld. I love this homeworld. It is so inventive and colourful, and all of the music is amazing, and just everything about it just screams Spyro to me. I absolutely adore this level. So, we're going to go across here, get all of these gems. The main gimmick of this kind of homeworld is that there is a cannon in the centre that shoots the enemies so they go big and small. And that is also a mechanic that we see in this level too. Now, Dark Passage, I usually get a little bit stuck on this level trying to find all the gems, so hopefully we managed to find them all, but they are all hidden away all over the place and it can be quite tricky to find everything, so let's see if we can do it. We've got Cassia
The enemies here can be quite frightening.
and all of the dragons in the Dreamweaver's homeworld are very
Now you're thinking.
magical and mystical and a little bit unusual, to be honest. They say quite strange things, but it fits in with the vibe just so well, and it really does make it like one of my favourite homeworlds to explore. I mean, it is my favourite. I love it so much. So the mechanic here, if you haven't noticed, is that the little jesters, or the fools, as the dragon called them, are basically changing the enemies from big to small.
Thank you for releasing me.
And the way that they do this is that when it's light, they are small, and when it's dark, they are big. So it's very dangerous when it's dark. Hence the name of the level. You actually can defeat these big enemies when they are large, but not the big turtles. The big turtles can't be defeated when they're big. Now wait a second. There we go. I'm gonna flame this fool. Make sure I get all of the enemies here. Here we are. And I'm just expecting to miss some gems in this level. I always end up missing gems in this level, and I don't know why, I just always end up doing it. I'm very silly. So we're actually going to glide down here next. Oops, I completely missed that level. That's okay, we've got so many lives, it really doesn't matter. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That's a bit better. Very silly. Okay. Get these dogs. And these devils as well. When I was a kid, I used to think they were really scary and a little bit out of place, honestly. But now that I'm older, I really do think that they fit in quite well with this set of levels that we're doing. There's a very strangeness to it. So I really do think that it fits in very well. And we're gonna have to flame the fool there, because the enemies were too big to actually kill. Old doggo got me there. I think that the dogs are very, very cute when they're actually small. And they make such a cute noise when you actually defeat them as well. I feel kind of bad for them. Alright, if I got everything across here. Okay. The one good thing about this game that I haven't mentioned yet is that the gems, they sparkle from such a long distance that they are very easy to spot when you've missed them. That is one of this game's good qualities about it, is that it has a great draw distance, that you can see the missed gem. Go across here, get all these dogs, make sure I've got everything on this platform. Alright, so far so good, I think. I'm gonna get a mushroom here just to make sure that Sparks is at full health. Okay, so... Oh, that jump was really bad. That's okay, we still made it. I was a little bit, impatient there. So it's rather silly of me, really. Oops, that turtle really got me there. Stop that. There we go. Make sure I got everything in this room before we carry on. Okay. There we are. Now I'm really hoping and praying that we've got everything. Or else I'm gonna have to go search around for all the gems that I've missed. Okay. That's great. I'm really happy that I didn't miss anything because I'm usually so bad at missing things. Okay, what I'm actually gonna do here is I'm gonna actually fall off because I actually forgot that this side of the level here has got a few levels in it that we would otherwise have to come all the way around for, and it just doesn't make any sense to do that, so let's just do it now. We've got haunted towers here. There are some gems hidden behind this wall which are very, very easy to miss, so we want to just take our time just to get that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get everything here before we go into haunted towers, because what we can do is once we've done haunted towers, rather than using all of these whirlwinds to get back to the main section of the homeworld, we can actually just jump off the level and respawn at the beginning. That's a bit faster, so we're going to do that. So go into haunted towers. Now this level has got a very, very, very tricky supercharged section that is, it's really difficult to figure out the first playthrough that you do. I think that when I was young, I never figured it out. So we're going to do our best. But the main gimmick of this level is that there are a bunch of suits of armour, and we have to basically destroy them with a super breath to get through. And to be honest, the best thing to do in this level is to go and find the fairy that gives you the permanent super breath, and then come and clean up all of the rest of this section later on. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna ignore everything for now, and we're just gonna go and find the fairy that has that gives us the permanent super breath. Now this fairy is not the one actually, so I'm gonna actually get kissed by her again afterwards because I want to get all of these gems and pickups here first. I'm shocked that that hit me. I thought I was far enough away from it. Okay. Right, so like I said, I'm just gonna ignore all of the enemies in this section and we'll just come back for them in a second once we've got the permanent super breath. Gonna go up here. It saves us a lot of back and forth, basically. Oh, that was a bad supercharge. I kind of forgot where the door was there. Let's try that again. So go through this door here. There we go. And get this fairy in. And the super breath is really, really good. Oh, I think that I don't have a sparks, so I'm having to pick up all of these gems. That's very annoying. Let's get this dragon.
Hold your horns! Here comes Spyro!
Patience, little one. You'll soon have the opportunity to battle the one who matters most, Gnasty Gnorc.
Yeah. Keep your horns on, Spyro. We are not quite there yet. Give us some time. Alright, I found some fodder. There we go. That's better. Okay. Actually, I will heal to full, I think. Give me that one. Right. So, I'm gonna go up this way. I think actually I'm gonna get the permanent super breath. And it is hidden away. We have to do quite the intense supercharge here, so I might fail it. But I'm gonna give it our best. Yeah, okay, let's try that again. This one is a pretty tough one. But I'm sure that we can do it this time. We just have to believe. There we go. And I'm gonna go up here and do big jump. All the way across. And there we go. That is the impossible supercharge. That seems impossible when you're young because you have no idea where you're going. I mean, it is quite ridiculous to expect you to know what to do in that section. We actually do have to go up these stairs very, very quickly because this wizard is reviving all of the I was just about to say chain of armor. The knights in armor. I don't know where I got chain of armor from. Alright, so now this fairy is a special fairy, and she has given us the super breath, so we do not have to worry about this one ever running out. It will never run out until we leave the level, of course, which is a shame, really. I wish that we would keep it forever, but unfortunately not. So we gotta go around here, make sure that we get this. This is a very easily missed strongbox. And then we can actually go down here, get this other strongbox. There we go. And then I'm going to complete this area over here first. Get all of these. Make sure I don't miss the gem. Alright. Okay, and now what we can do is we can actually clean up the rest of the level. So we're not going to leave through the end vortex just yet, because we have to go across here and get all the rest of these enemies. There's still quite a bit left on this side.
Hey Spyro, all dragons know there's magic in a fairy's kiss. See what it can do to your power of flame.
A nice tip, but we've already figured it out. I think that the game actually expects you to do quite a bit of back and forth in this level rather than going for the super breath straight away. There we go. Go back across here. I do enjoy how the wizards have changed their coats to be, instead of the green raincoats, they have blue, sparkly raincoats now instead. I think, yeah, that's it. I don't know why I thought there was some more up to the other side, but there really wasn't. So we did it quicker than I expected. Alright, so rather than using all of these whirlwinds, we're actually just going to fall off. And it's going to take us back to here. It saves us a little bit of running around. And we've already defeated these enemies, so we don't need to defeat them again. And we're actually going to go across here first, clean up all of this area, and we're going to be going into a lot of people's favourite level next. Every time that I talk to people about Spyro, they often will say that this next level is their favourite, and I think it's mainly due to the music being amazing, and it is amazing. Oh, I did not think that I made that. That was very, very risky and silly. Gonna make sure I get this before I go in. And here we go. This is Lofty Castle. It has the most lovely, charming aesthetic of any of the levels in this game, I would say. It really is magical. And the music is just wonderful as well. So I really cannot blame people for enjoying this level the most. I almost missed that chicken there. Make sure we get these balloon Gnorcs, because they do drop gems. I never knew when I was young that you could actually defeat those balloon Gnorcs. I thought they were just kind of, you know, part of the level. I know that that sounds a bit silly, but like I didn't understand at the time. And the Devil's Return again as well, being ever so scary. There we go. Just going to, I'm going to time this glide a little better. Oops, I actually missed him. Okay. I missed him again. He's giving me a bit of trouble. There we go. Okay. Now we can use this whirlwind to get across. There we go. Get all these gems. There we are.
Fairies are always
This dragon looked like it had a massive head then, but it was just because he was angled towards the camera in a weird way. It's been a while since I've watched all of these dragon cutscenes. I usually skip them because I've heard them a million times. I just thought that we would listen to them for this playthrough because it would be fun. And there is some more that I've missed just down here, but we're going to come back and do that after because we still need to find the key in this level first. So there isn't much point in doing it yet until we've got the key for the strong box.
Thank you for releasing me.
You're welcome. Get all the fairies. Make sure we get these Gnorcs as well. Here we go. Go across this side. Alright, and then we can go across here. Almost missed that platform. There we go. And then we can do this. Go up here with the and I don't know the fastest way of doing this level. I'm probably doing it in a weird order, but this is just a casual playthrough, so it's completely fine. I'm just remembering where I need to go next. Get all these. Oops. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Chickens? Maybe? Wait for this knock. There we go. There we go. Gonna wait for this whirlwind. Get these boxes. Alright. So now we can actually go back across here and do the section that we have missed. It's not too much of a detour. We are literally just across here. And this section should have the key for us, so that we can go back and get the strong box. But this is a ginormous level. Lots to do, lots to see. Let's go up here. So I probably won't be able to do this in one go, so let's see. I already fall. Yep, that didn't go very well at all. Let's try that again. I'm not very good at this section. Okay, and we're gonna need to just do one more just to get that last one. There we go. I'm pretty sure there's some gems hidden in this corner as well. Yes, there is. Can't fool me that easy, video game. And now we can get up here, and this is where the key is. And we do have quite a scary supercharge as well. So it's a good job that this dragon is here so that we can try it again if we do fail. Make sure we get that key. Alright. Let's do the supercharge. Go around. Jump. I don't think we made it. Oh, very close. We can get it this time for sure. That was very close though. This time we've got it. That's better jump. Much better. Okay. Make sure we get all of these, and then the last little section is down here. We really are okay for lives, but I just like the noise they make when they all spring out. It's a fun noise. Get all these enemies. Being a nuisance. And this is actually the only red spring chest in the entire run, and I feel like I have to mention it because it is so notorious. But that's Lofty Castle all done. Alright. So we can head back now. And the next area that we've got to make it across to now is going to be just up. Oops. It's going to be just up here because we need to use the cannon. that is currently being used by an enemy, and we will soon find out the reason why we need to use it. So let's head on up here. Get these gems. Alright, so we have to make these enemies small. There we go. Otherwise, we can't get past them. Can I get this track? And then our last 2 levels are going to be beyond.
Nicely done. I'll be done when I've toasted that.
We still
nasty
have
Gnorc.
a flight level and the boss level to do. So, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to actually go back up here just so I can glide across. Back over to the other section. Over here. There we go. And then we can get through these enemies now. There we go. And around this area here, we are going to have the flight level. So, get these annoying old jesters that are very obnoxious. Get all these gems before we go in. Alright, so Icy Flight. I think that it is a little bit easier than Wild Flight. There isn't too much risk of dying as long as you're careful. Now that I've said that, I probably will die, so we'll see. But we're just gonna take it easy. Oh, landed on that by accident. But we got all of the chests and all of the lighthouses, so that's good. Now the only thing left are the trains and these little propeller enemies, the propeller Gnorcs, which I always thought were really cute. And they make very, very fun noises as well. I missed one. That's okay. We're gonna have to go back around for that train. We did miss it. There it is. But we got everything, not too much of a problem there. So now we are going into the last level of this area, which is going to be Jacques, or as I like to call it when I was young, Jacques, because I had no idea how to say the name. But we've got all the gems now, 300 for 300 for the homeworld, so it is literally just this last level. And then we can move on to the next homeworld, which is going to be the last one. So we're almost done with the game. Very close. Let's finish up this level. Okay, I think I'm going to go around. I think I'm going to go around this side first. I think. Get all these gems. I think I need to get this thief, not thief, fool, because I'm pretty sure that he lowers this one over here. He does. There we go. We can get across here. We can do all of this little, it's kind of like a hidden section over here. It's, very out the way and secluded from everything else. So I figure we can do this part first. I'm gonna go around here actually first. Oh, I missed some enemies again. Let's try that again. I missed them again. That's okay. We have to come down here for the gems anyway. It's not too big of a deal. I can't believe I missed them again. Oh my god. It's okay, we will do it eventually. Don't worry. This time for sure. There we go. There we go. That was a bit silly. Get all these. Alright, so that's all of this little section done. So we can go back to the previous section, which is just across here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Leave me alone. Alright. So we can go across here now. Just want to double check I got those chests in that corner. Yes, I did. Sometimes I miss those. Get these fools. And then the key. It's just in here. Oh, I was gonna try and do that all in one go, but I was not quick enough. Get these. I really don't need this live chest anymore, but I'm gonna get it anyway. And then we're going to make sure we go down all the steps here. Actually, before we do this, I am going to clean up this area. It makes more sense, doesn't it? Makes more sense to do this area first. So let's do this. Quite a lot of enemies here that I've not defeated yet. Stop it. Stop hitting me, please. Being rather a nuisance right now. Alright, so all the gems here. Get this fool. So we can get up here. Oh, that was very close. Very close. There we go. And to get that last gem, it didn't fall off the platform. Gonna make sure of everything in this section. Yes. Alright. Now we can go down all the steps and make sure that we get all the gems. There we go. Wonderful.
Any advice before this battle?
And now we have the boss, Jacques. The bosses in this game aren't really very intimidating, to be honest. They kind of just don't put up much of a fight. Even Gnasty Gnorc himself, who we're going to be seeing in the next part, doesn't put up much of a fight either, so I suppose it could be a little disappointing maybe if you play this game for the first time, but to be honest, I don't really mind so much. It's a really nice chill game for me, so I don't mind that it's easy. Alright. And as always, we're going to check our inventory, make sure that we've got everything before we go to the last homeworld. So, let's check our inventory. Alright, and we've got everything. So let's talk to the balloonist. Amos, the balloonist. Nice job collecting so much stolen treasure, but beware, Spyro. Gnasty's world is not the most friendly place you will find. Let's get right into it. Gnasty's world is a little bit of a shorter homeworld compared to the others. There are actually only 2 levels, and then we have Gnasty himself. But because we are collecting everything in the game, then there will be a final level after Gnasty, which is like a special level where we get to collect all of the stolen treasure that Gnasty has taken over the course of the game. So it's very satisfying. We've got to free this dragon first, Delvin. You may recognize him.
Didn't I already free you?
You're in Gnasty's world now, Spyro.
So I'm not sure
Dragon who
the
must
law,
Bring
but
'em on.
it
I'm
seems
ready.
Reach
like
the exit
Delvin,
to each of Gnasty's
we already
lands.
freed him,
Then you can challenge the Gnorc himself.
and he's back here again. Maybe it's because after we freed him, he thought that he could come and defeat Gnasty, but he wasn't quite able to do it, and he got captured a second time. That could be what happened, maybe. That's my thought process on the possibility, anyway. But I will let the chat decide on that one, whether or not that's true, or that's just me being silly. So, Gnorc Cove. One thing that we have to remember about this level is that we have to leave through the end vortex, or else the next level in Gnasty's world will not open. So we have to remember to do that. Take care of this guy. And do we do anything with this barrel? No, it's this one. So this one up here, we can destroy. That one. And that lets us get some extra gems, which is very important. Latif.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect
I could
Gnasty's
be wrong,
really starting to
but
worry about you.
I'm sure that we've already freed this dragon as well.
Fire him.
That might be a recurring theme with the dragons in this homeworld. I could be wrong though. I probably am wrong on that one. Correct me if I am wrong. Alright. So I think that we're actually supposed to go up that section there instead of come down, but it's a little bit easier to do it that way around. There we go. Make sure we got everything in this bottom section here before we go up. Okay, now we can glide across here. I really don't need this life, but I'm gonna get it anyway. We can never have too many lives. Get this enemy with the barrel. I do enjoy how when you defeat them, they've got their underwear underneath. This game is very funny at times. Alright, make sure that we don't get hit by any of these barrels that they're throwing. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that because it's right next to the gems. Okay. Oh, that was a silly thing to do. Let's get enemies there. There we go. There we are. And then we can actually hit this from over here. Make sure we pick up all those. Quite interesting that there's only red gems in that strong box. usually in the strong boxes there's a lot more higher value gems. That is interesting. Go. Take care of all of these enemies here. Make sure that we don't get hit by this guy. He's right around the corner there. He's very, very sneaky.
Wow.
Yeah, because we've definitely freed Tomas before as well.
By such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe. So that is Parappa the Rapper reference, which is a very, very cute game. Very fun. I recommend it if you like rhythm-based games. It's on the PlayStation 1. It's very, very charming and very silly. But we love a silly game. At least I love a silly game. Take care of all these enemies here. Definitely want to hit this strong chest as well. There we go. Take care of these enemies here. Make sure that we get the key. Gonna need that for the strong chest, which is just down here. Oops, that was a little bit scary. Oh, so we didn't actually need the key for the strong chest. We destroyed it with the bomb, the TNT. Unfortunately, we can't take the keys out of the levels, so it's kind of pointless. But it would be cool if we could. I'm actually gonna do another barrel here because I don't trust that I can get past those ones. They might push me off. And I hope that we've got all of the gems. Let's see. Yes. Alright, so we're going to be going into Twilight Harbor next. And Twilight Harbor is a rather interesting level in itself because, well, if you played this game you'll know exactly what I'm talking about in regards to the enemies. But if you haven't, then take a look at these enemies and what weapons they have. It's very strange. So yeah, they have like these big guns and grenades, and they're quite lethal as well. So we really do have to be careful in this level. As you can see, I've been hit twice by this enemy with the grenades. Very rude of him, I have to say. Get these gems down here. Alright. I'm just going to take this a little bit safe and easy. Go. Gotta make sure that we're careful. We got the green sparks. But thankfully there are some rats that we can use to get our health back. Cosmos.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my headcanon of all of the dragons that are in Gnasty's world are dragons that tried to beat him, but they failed, and they got turned to crystal a second time. That's what I'm gonna go with. That is my headcanon from now on. Make sure we get these. Quite a lot of hidden chests and stuff. let that go up a bit. Because there is a supercharge right around the corner
Be on
here.
the lookout for Gnorc Commandos, Spyro.
So
They better
we
be on the lookout for me.
gotta make sure that we get the bridge up so that we can make the supercharge up. So let's do that next. Here we go. Whee. There we are. And then clean up all of these gems here. And then there's actually some more that are kind of hiding away just on there. Alright. And then we're actually going to have to come back through here with the supercharge again, because we've got to get that strong chest. But we can put the bridge down for this one. We don't have to use it again. So let's see if we can get it. This one's a bit tricky. A little bit tough, this one. There we go. Alright. Let's head back. I could have probably just fallen off and respawned at the dragon, but I didn't think about it until I was already at the dragon. Apologise. Could have saved us a little bit of time there, but it's okay. There's no rush. We are taking our time and having a good time. At least I'm having a good time anyway. Oh, I'm getting hit by this guy a bunch of times. I'm sure there'll be some rats that we can get some health from. I can't believe that he just hit me from there. I'm actually gonna go back and get some rats here, because that was very silly. Alright, let's try this again. I can't believe he got me again. He's so difficult. Alright. There we go. That was a little tough. We almost didn't make it. See if we've got all the gems. Yes. Okay. So far so good. Now we have to do Gnasty Gnorc himself. So let's get some rats before we go in. Just so we're at full health for the boss. Get all these gems too. Alright. Oh. Unusual, I couldn't really get through that then, that was strange. Alright, last boss, Gnasty Gnorc, but it's far from over. Let's get all of these gems first. So the Gnasty Gnorc fight is pretty much just like a normal level, to be honest. You know, you've got a lot of gems to collect, and you've actually got some egg thieves to chase too. As you can see, I'm chasing one right now. And he is being a pain. Let's see if we can get a quick kill on him. There we go. Alright. Clean up the gems in here. There we go. Now we can go to where Gnasty is. We're going to make sure we get all of the gems. I'm just going to make sure that I get them all. Very easy to miss a few. And we'll have to do another little run round just to get him anyway, so we can double check on this next run if we've missed anything. Let's see. Looks like we've got everything here. I can't see anything I've missed, which is good. A little shortcut there. Alright, we should definitely be able to get him this time. We're very close to him. There we go. Alright, we just gotta get through this perilous platforming section here. Can be quite scary. There we are. And he gives us a bunch of 25s. That should have been all of the gems. So we actually do get the ending cinematic here, but we are not quite done yet. So what I'm going to do is, after this cutscene is played, I'm going to skip through the credits, and then I'll be back and we'll do the last level of the run. So I will see you in just a second. Okay, so we're back here again, and we get to free another dragon.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
So,
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard.
basically, as long as you have completed the game 100%, then a new level will open up and we can explore it and collect all the gems that are in there. So, let's have one final check. We have got Gnasty's World, all done. Dreamweavers, all done. Peacemakers, all completed. Magic Crafters, all done. Peacekeepers, all done. And Artisans, all done. So you can see on my percentage in the top right there, it says 100. But if we go into this next level here, Gnasty's Loot, we can push the percentage past 100% to 120%. So let's do it. And this is going to be so fun. You have in this level the special ability of flying as long as you like. The only snag is that you cannot go very high. How it works is if you jump, that is your max height that you can reach with your flight. So we have to basically scale the level, get higher and higher and higher until we're able to get to the very top and get into where Gnasty keeps all of his big treasure. But this level is so fun and the music is amazing too. It really gets you hyped. We have to get a bunch of thieves in this level also, because we have to open doors to get to different sections. Gonna get all these chests here. There is a lot of treasure in this level. Alright, so we can open this door now that we've got the key, and this will allow us to get higher in the level. As we can see, we need to open this door with another key, but because we have gained height, we can make it across to a new section over here. Now there is a fun trick with these fan chests here, and that is if you flame them, it will actually kill the thief so that we can get his key straight away. It's pretty cool. I didn't know about that until semi-recently, so it's pretty cool. Now we're gonna go back and have to open that door with the new key that we've gotten. So let's head on up. There's going to be another thief. This time he's in a plane. So we're going to have to chase him down to get the next key. So let's do that now. And he flies in kind of like a circle. I'm going to get these. Oops. I was just about to say I'm going to get these on the way, but I completely missed it. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, there's the plane. Come on. We can get him. There we go. Great. And now we can open this door up here. Make sure we get all the gems. And of course we have another thief. Who would have thought? So we're going to chase him down. And I think this is the last key now. Oh, I wasn't sure where I was going. We're going in a big circle basically. Get back here. We need your key. He's quite fast. We should be able to get him on this next one. I hope. He's very close now. I think that we've almost got him. Come on. He's right there. He's right there. Yay. Okay. Now that we've got his key, we can go up and open up this last door. And this is going to give us the height that we need in order to explore the rest of the level here. So what we need to do is flame all of these. So we can open all of the strong chests. And they've got so much gems. Look at all these gems. Amazing. So satisfying. And I believe the last few gems are just in here. And look at all of these 25 gems. Oh my god. Delicious. I love this room. Amazing. Let's see if we got all of the gems. $2,000 out of 2,000. And now we can see on our percentage, we have got 120%. And with that, we have completed Spyro the Dragon. And we've gotten all of the things in the game. I think that Spyro deserves a well-earned rest after that. But thank you everybody for hanging out for this ASMR playthrough. Let me know if you've enjoyed this. Any feedback on the sound levels or anything is appreciated. Of course, this is my first ever attempt at an ASMR series, so I would like as much feedback as possible. And let me know what games you think are well suited to ASMR and whether or not you'd like me to play any other Spyro games. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.